12-inch snare drums. I have a lot of 12-inch snare drums, as you probably have seen. There's some, in fact, there. It's too, you know, I've got probably way too many 12-inch snare drums that might even be considered reasonable for one person. But I've always liked 12-inch snare drums. I think I've said that before. 12-inch snare drums for me had sort of two appeals. One, obviously, the sonics of them, slightly higher pitched, and you know, they just sound a little bit different. And the other one is that they're a little bit cheaper, and they've always been a way to for me to basically explore a brand or a model without maybe going an extra couple of hundred or 100, you know, over or rather into the budget sort of thing. So 12-inch drums I've been using as a main drum for at least 20 years. I've got some photos of me using the liquid amber pearl 12x7 soprano a la Dennis Chambers, although obviously without the talent, which I have in the other room. But yeah, 12-inch drums, you know, I've actually, I think maybe three. I bought at least three this year. Again, these two here, which will be coming up in another video. I bought those two this year. And I've also bought this drum as well. This drum is from Sia. Sia Drums, basically, or Sia, is a fella out in Sydney, Australia, who makes some very nice snare drums. I reviewed one of his snare drums, 14 by, I think it was 6.5 drum a few months ago. Very impressed with it, really dug it. And I said to Matt, who is the guy who brings them in the UK, I said at some point I will probably buy one from you. And at the London Drum Show about sort of 3 weeks ago, I met up with Matt, and I said to him, have you got any 12-inch drums? And he said, yes, I have this one. So it is this one, which is Red Gum. You know, Red Gum. It's actually, I tell you what, apart from these two here, this is the heaviest wood 12-inch snare drum I have. And possibly the heaviest one I've ever picked up. It's quite a thick shell. There you go. Hopefully you can see that without too much of a reflection. At the show, I've been going to these shows since they started, which is probably, I'd imagine, about better part of 10 years. And I have never once played anything at these shows. I've never wanted to play anything at these shows, and at the end of the day, snare drum, yeah, I bought a couple of snare drums. Snare drum generally sounds like a snare drum. I think I've probably got enough of an idea what a snare drum sounds like at this point. But anyway, so they have loud periods of 15 minutes, and then the last 45 is you know, quiet or reduced volume. And I happened to be talking to Matt just as it went to the loud period. And he said, oh, why don't you just have a go? So you know, first time I ever went up and basically played at one of these shows was a couple of weeks ago, trying out this drum. You know what? I'm very glad I did. I've not touched the tuning on this drum since I got it. And you know what? I will do another review, a proper review of this drum for MikeDolbear.com, and I'm just going to have to explain to him that I don't want to change the tuning on it because I just really dig the way this drum sounds at this particular time with this tension. So it's not particularly tight. I've got the drum dial there. I could probably take a measurement of what it is, but it's not overly tight, but it's not particularly loose either. Same with the bottom head, and you know, all in all, it's got a lot of body to it. It's got quite a lot of character to it as well. Given that it's a 12-inch drum, I think sonically, you know, if you heard a recording of it, you'd probably be able to tell the pitch was up there, but in terms of body and depth, I'm not quite so sure that you would be able to tell it's a 12 against maybe a 13 or a 14 or something. But anyway, the drum, as I said, 8 tube lugs. It's got Evans heads on it, coated on the top, and triple flanged hoops on it. So, but you know, all in all, you know, as I said, I will do a proper review of it, and I'll you know, make a note of that in terms of more depth and stuff. But you know what, definitely, if you're in the UK, certainly check out Sia Drums. They're on Twitter, on Facebook, and I think there is a web page as well. If you're in Aussie, Sia Drums is in Sydney. And again, check them out over there. There's definitely a Facebook page, and I know definitely that Sia is on Twitter as well. But all in all, I hope you can hear in this drum, from the audio recording, what I can hear in this drum. I've had this drum on the kit in there since I bought it. I've only taken it off literally to do this, and it's fabulous. It really, it's a fabulous drum. I was really quite surprised at just the sound of it. So I'm really glad that I bought it. And Matt, thank you, mate. I'll look forward to meeting up with you again at some point.